Senator Manchin killed the Build Back Better Act by announcing he would not vote for it on Sunday's Fox News Morning.
What are the responses and what does it mean for the country heading the last year before midterm election?
President Biden is slated to speak to the unvaccinated American tomorrow, while the Supreme Court Justice Kavanaugh today asked the federal government to respond to the petitions to stay the mandate by December 30th.
And today's feature story on Safe Chat will continue the special interview from last Friday.
Welcome to Wei and Kathy Show. I'm your host, Wei Fang.
And I'm Kathy Zhang.
All right. So the White House today, virtually all major news on Monday was centering around the reactions to Senator Joe Manchin's announcing that he would not vote for the Build Back Better Act on Fox News Sunday morning show, and effectively killing the $1.9 trillion bill.
And
the White House was caught off guard by the sudden news, and the immediately released a statement yesterday, which did not try to hide its fury against the Democrat senator. And the White House statement said that Senator Manchin's comment this morning on Fox are at odds with his discussion this week with the president, with the White House staff, and with his own public utterance. At the end of the statement said that since the senator reversed his decision so quickly, maybe he could reverse back. So that was actually quite a sharp comment from a statement from the White House. And the chair of the Congressional Progressive Caucus, which apparently wouldn't be among the people who are most unhappy with this Manchin's decision, accused him of betraying the party. And the chair said he routinely tells that he's a man of his word, but he can no longer say that. Manchin came to a Monday interview with the Metro News talk line and responded, actually. And he said, basically, they retaliated. I figured they would come back strong. Also, in early Monday morning, Senator Majority Leader Chuck Schumer announced that the Senate will vote early next year on the new version of the Build Back Better, after Senator Joe Manchin made his declaration. So Schumer said every member of this body will have the opportunity to make their position known to the Senate floor, not just on television. And so Schumer is apparently hoping that there are still chance to revive the BBB to keep with Manchin's concern and pass that act next year still. Republicans on the receiving side of this and cannot do much, but they did not try to hide their happiness. And Senator Minority Leader McConnell even welcomed Manchin to jump ship, and he said jump ship, and he said he does not fit well over there, but that's a decision ultimately that has to be made. So we certainly welcome him to join us if he was so inclined. And regarding whether GOP could win the Senate in the upcoming midterm election, in the interview, McConnell said, the American people have seen what true liberalism looks like. Actually, I would say that more accurately that what socialism looks like. And we are headed towards a very significant midterm election next year, and we should, in all likelihood, flip both the House and the Senate to the Republican Party. So, yeah, Kathy, what do you think? So why did he make this change?
Why did he make this change?
Yeah, I mean the Manchin, the Joe Manchin.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you check out this guy, apparently he's from the West Virginia, which is a red state.
Right. So I think most probably is he has to consider his constituents.
Yeah,
right?
and he has been talking to the White House. That's pretty much the fact. Okay, that's true. They've been negotiating, and the total bill amount of the Build Back Better came down from $3 trillion to $1.9 1.9 or even 1.7. They thought they were negotiating, but in my opinion, the simple thing is the inflation, the ongoing inflation, made up his mind. The inflation is so genuine, so real, and impact his constituents in West Virginia as well as people all over the country. So I think basically to him, enough is enough. He doesn't want to talk anymore. So he just sent a staffer to White House 30 minutes before he went on the show on the Fox News, and then basically just notifying the White House that he's going to do that, and giving White House no chance to come back and then talk to him again. Yeah. So he was quite determined. And he said basically, I think two reasons. One is inflation, another is the debt of $29 trillion. But I think all in all, as I check out the news all around, and his own word, it is ongoing inflation that made him make up his mind. And as the common people like us who are on the receiving end of the ramping inflation, I think we all understand that.
Yeah, but on the other hand, don't you think the other Democrats, they don't understand that, they don't see that, the inflation, things like that. But it, ultimately, I think it is to really see whether this congressman would try to respond to his or her constituents. Right?
Yeah, of course. That's
and what the constituents will respond.
Yeah, I think everybody sees the inflation, but the BBB Act, that policy, the liberal policy, is the liberal policy. Okay, they disregard the inflation. They think that will curb the inflation. Of course, that's completely another interpretation of that, and apparently Joe Manchin's interpretation of that is not in line with them. Anyway, so this is the moderate senators. The bombshell that he dropped today.
Yeah. So how do you think this is gonna have what kind of effect it will have on next year's election?
I would say a lot. Okay, because President Biden always think that he can get 50 votes. Okay, he can convince or persuade Manchin to his way, and turn out it does not happen. At least as of now, it couldn't happen. If that's the case, it means that the moderate Democratic senators may not side with the rest of the remaining liberal, the extra liberal policies from the White House or from the Democrat-controlled Senate and the House. So it means for the remaining time between now and the midterm election, radical liberal policies probably cannot go through the Congress because of Manchin. And possibly because of other people. There's the Arizona senator, right? Solomon, and because of that, so it's interesting to see, right? Now the difference between the progressive and moderate inside the Democratic Party apparently made a difference. So we probably will see a much calmer Congress next year before the midterm election, and according to McConnell, he thinks that he can flip both houses. Then it will completely different scenario. All right, okay, we'll see. What do you think? Yeah, are you happy, or you think that's okay, and you don't care? And how you think about this his choice, and how do you see him? Can you just type it up there? We really want to know that, how you think about his decision. Indeed, it really rocked the Democratic Party. I mean, shook them. The shockwave is still, running on, and it may run all the way through the next November.
Yeah. So how do you think?
Yeah. What do you think?
Let us know.
Do you care, or do you don't care?
Do you think is that is this impact going to be huge, or just just mild, or not really nothing?
Yeah. Just type up your feeling about the impact of this, even it means you think there's nothing. Okay, we also still want to know. All right, let's move on to the next piece of news, Kathy.
Okay. All right, so if you remember, the White House, the Biden administration's September announced this vaccine mandate. It's really for the business with 100 employees or more. So the deadline is supposed to be January 4th. So White House today announced that President Biden will deliver a speech targeting unvaccinated Americans tomorrow on Tuesday. Press Secretary Jen Psaki explained during today's press briefing what his speech will be about. Let's take a listen.
Should Americans expect any new restrictions? This is not a speech about locking the country down. This is a speech outlining and being direct and clear with the American people about the benefits of being vaccinated, the steps we're going to take to increase access and to increase testing, and the risks posed to unvaccinated individuals.
So, on the other hand, many business groups, organizations, and the 27 states in November filed emergency requests asking the Supreme Court to resolve the split between Federal Appeals Court on the legality of Biden's vaccine mandate for businesses with 100+ employees. So today, Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh asked the federal government to respond to each of the petitions by December 30th at 4 p.m. local time, creating the possibility that the completed applications could be circulated to the other 8 judges in time to issue a decision before Christmas. So, as we remember, the vaccine mandate issued in September is the largest of Biden's 5 vaccine mandates and impacts 84 million workers in the U.S. So, the petition applicants are now asking the justices for a stay while litigation is ongoing, challenging the mandate, which goes into effect on January 4th. In addition, the 27 states and several other applicants are requesting their filings be considered a petition for writ of certiorari, meaning they are asking the Supreme Court to take up the case in this term. So, what are the 27 states? It's a long list, but ranging from Alaska, Arizona, Florida, Georgia, to like North Dakota, Ohio, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, West Virginia, Wyoming.
Pretty much the red states.
Yeah. So, and there are 3 pages long list of businesses and organizations in this petition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So with that, we're gonna move on to our feature interview of the day, which will have to move on to Safe Chat, as you probably would understand. It will be a continue. It's a continue of the interview I shared with you last Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's just, so the interview is we have heard about it. It's very informative and it's original. The knowledge is original. So before you leave, please press like and like and making sure you subscribe it and press on the little bell if you haven't done that, and then so that give this show your support and your little boost. As everybody does that, then it may receive circulating wider. Anyway, now let's move on to the Safe Chat. Okay, everybody follow us. You understand why we do this. So we have to do this. But let's go over there so that we can talk again.
Yeah, if it's your first time to go on to Safe Chat, just click the link that our staff posted there.
Yeah, and also install the app. If you haven't done so, that's a better user experience.
And also you can make comments on there too.
Yes. All right.
1, 2, 3.